I guess we should ask about that picture at the golf tournament. Because,
just jacked.
Yeah, we got to ask you, like, this is hard facts, kind of capital J journalism, but what's your gym routine like these days? Because that picture made some noise.
Well, actually, that picture was, it's not real, it's Photoshop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my arms are bigger than that.
Oh, really? So it didn't give you enough credit, that picture. Is that what you're telling us? Do you hear about that kind of stuff, like with the chatter online? And
yeah, you've been doing push-ups in the parking lot. I know it.
So you guys made some big news yesterday, announcing Shea Weber as the captain, and that's obviously a very significant position. We know what it's like here in Toronto. They haven't had a captain for a number of years. Take us through that decision. Why was it the right timing for Shea Weber to be announced as the captain?
Well, since Max Patry left, we traded him to the Vegas Golden Knights right before training camp. Claude, Julien, and I sat down, and for us, the choice was obvious. Shea's been a captain before. He leads by example. I think he's well respected, not only by his teammates, but around the league. And for us, like, the expression was a no-brainer. He was. And Shea, like I said, he's embraced the role, and he's going to be a great captain for us.
Berge, you had a decision with your young centerman. How difficult was that? I did some of the games, and I'm watching him. I'm thinking maybe he's too young, but then he plays so well. He played himself into a position where you got to keep him. How difficult were those discussions with coaching staff and ultimately coming up with a decision?
Well, just the way you said it. I mean, we starting camp with an open mind about Jesperi, where he's going to play. He's going to go back to Finland, and we're going to keep him, and we're going to give him some games. And from rookie camp till the last game he played, he just kept getting better and better. So he made that decision for us. I mean, it's not like we're taking a chance. We said, well, we're not sure. Like, as we speak today, he was one of our top forwards during training camp, so he earned the right to start the season in Montreal, and now we're going to watch him closely and evaluate his game, in the next few weeks and see where he's at. But again, it's not a fluke that he's here. He earned the right to start with us.
Berge, you were on record, I think a couple weeks ago, talking about your team, that you wanted to get a little bit younger, a little bit faster. With some of the moves that you've made, is that something that just with the league, the way it's trending, that's how you want to shape the Canadiens?
Yes, we want to play a fast game. I mean, even our preseason this year, we did play fast. We play a fast game. We do have quick forwards, and that's what we're going to embrace. And with the change we made during the summertime, we brought some more speed in our lineup and some youth. And the game is going now. It's a faster game. It's a lot of young players, and we're just going to do that and see where it takes us. But I like the way our team competed in the preseason, and we're going to be ready to go tomorrow night in Toronto.
With Marc Bergevin, GM of the Habs, Leafs Canadiens tomorrow night down at Scotiabank. As we mentioned, this is the first time we've caught up with you on the air. And you have been a mover and shaker in this league for quite some time, dating back to the Subban deal, Galchenyuk, Pacioretty, obviously Drouin for Sergachev. I mean, I don't get the impression like this league anymore, with the hard cap being what it is, that it's very easy to make big deals, and we don't see a ton of them, that you've been at the forefront of a lot of these deals. And with 4 different teams, the trades I just mentioned, how tough was it to work out details on a trade of that significance with all the players I just mentioned, considering the hard salary cap and how it doesn't allow for much flexibility?
Yeah, it is hard to make trades. I mean, like you see now, there's less and less. There's trades at the deadline. There's some at the draft. And after that, guys make their team, in the summertime, and you hope you stay healthy and you go from there. But I was able, our team is not where we wanted to be, especially last year, and I thought we had to make some changes. And again, we trade some good players, but I felt that what we got back is going to fit where we want to go. So again, getting Shea Weber was a big key for us. We gave up. We had to give PK Subban, but yesterday we named Shea captain, and he's going to lead that team. I mean, he's something that we're looking to add to our lineup. And with the youth now we're going, you look at a team like Boston, they did get a mix, but Chera's still around. He's still a captain, and they're getting some success. So that's the way we're going to go.
Carey Price is obviously a huge component of your team, and his new 8-year deal is kicking in as of tomorrow night. $10.5 million per. He's the highest paid goalie in the league. Had troubles last year with some injury problems, and his stats really struggled. What are your expectations out of Carey Price going into this season?
Well, I mean, I know we all see what happened last year, and with Carey, he had another season that we expect from him, but as a group, we're not good enough, and that starts from the top. And we all look ourselves in the mirror, starting with me, coaching staff, and the players, and down to Carey. So, as a team, we'll need to play a lot better in front of him. And if we do that, we'll give our chance to win, and we'll give our chance Carey to be the goalie he is. There's nobody. I mean, he's a human being, and to get bombarded every night and get high scoring chances. Eventually, they'll go in. So we all need to be better. The team in front of him needs to be better, and I believe we will be. And Carey will be back to himself.
Berge, before we let you go, I think you were a stay-at-home defenseman when you played with Jamie McLennan. In practice, did he make you feel more confident, or did he challenge you, or what did you think of Jamie's role as the backup goaltender?
Well, I thought Jamie was one of the best backup goaltender in the league. I mean, he worked really hard. He was a great teammate and never complained. But the downside of that, which will help me, is after every practice, I felt like I could be a 15-20 goal scorer because he was scoring all the time, but that wasn't the case.
I will say this: the only story I've ever told on this radio station about you, Berge, was when you helped me with the golf pool and you told me to choose Gene Sarazan, and I didn't realize that he was 90 years old and
dead.
No, he died 3 months later.
We had to pick a pool of 4 players, and Jamie Noodle goes, Berge, I need one more guy. I said, that Gene Simmons is a sleeper. So he put him in his pool, and then the Wednesday morning, I said, there's your guy, and he got out of his wheelchair, and he went to tee up the ball. He was too late. He's in his pool.
Just a great pick at the Masters. Exactly what you're looking for in the pool with Marc Bergevin. Well, I mean, we always talk about, Noodles always brings up your playing days, but you've been in management for quite some time. How would you compare the emotions that course through you the eve of the season? It starts tomorrow night. How would you compare being a player and being a manager?
Well, it's not even close. I mean, as a player, you're in control. You control your own play, your game, and you need to get yourself ready. Now, as a manager, it's all your hands. You got to go to the rink tomorrow night, and you got to watch. And it's a lot harder than being in the press box than being on the ice or on the bench. So it's night and day. I love my job, but playing, nothing beats playing hockey in the NHL.
Leafs Habs tomorrow night. I love it. I love starting with these two teams. I mean, it's the biggest rivalry going. Do you have an appreciation for that it's back to Leafs Habs? It hasn't been that way for a couple of years, but do you like starting the season against Toronto?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. 2 great hockey markets. The Leafs, they had their share of problems in the last few while, but I think they're a team that's back now, and they might need a measure of stick in our division. They have some pretty good teams at Toronto, Tampa, Florida, Boston, to name a few. But it's going to be fun, and we're going to start again against one of the best teams in our divisions for sure.
Well, good luck tomorrow night and throughout the season. We really appreciate you doing this for us today. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thank you.